I think if we learn anything from this SNL special, it's that it's a mixed bag. Either it's like, oh, this is great, or this is the most annoying thing in the world. Mm-hmm. Some of this did not hold up well. This is represented pretty good with the Dueling Dracula sketches.
I find your company most delightful.
I'm touchy-faced Dracula.
You are watching Cable 10, Aurora, Illinois Community Access Channel.
Hey, we watched the Saturday Night Live Halloween special! Woo!
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Now every night can be
Saturday night!
They've done several over the years. This is one of them. It's a little bit confusing.
This one's a lie.
This one's a lie. Yeah, because they did a special for TV, Saturday Night Live. Yeah, 91, Saturday Night Live did a Halloween special, and they've taken pieces of that for this. There's a wraparound segment with the Wayne's World sketch, but that was filmed for that special, but they used it for the wraparound for this as if it was filmed for this, but there's clearly
they're talking about the future.
Yeah, there's clearly segments from past the time Mike Myers and Dana Carvey were part of SNL.
Extreme future! Whoa!
Let's look at some Halloween sketches from Saturday Night Live, past and present!
You've created a time paradox.
So this goes into the late 90s, maybe early 2000s. I'm not sure exactly when the cutoff was. Does it have a date on this? We could have checked. It's 99.
Yeah.
This goes into 99. I knew that.
I think Trimark died in 2001, so I knew it couldn't be past that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The trailers that they had at the beginning of this for the movies. It
Dire.
was like, yeah, it was like escalating secondhand embarrassment. You're like, oh, stoned age. That doesn't seem like it's stoned aged very well.
Man, I'm gonna scorch my shorts. Man, we got chips!
And then they go into like the fucking Rodney Dangerfield shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, this is too much. And what was the last one? There was
David
another
Ogden
one, right?
Steers is aghast at Rodney Dangerfield ruining his dinner party. Oh!
And then they go to Overboard with Adam Sandler. And it's like, ooh, no.
Hey, look at me. I'm the bad movie guy.
I'm the movie.
Give me some candy.
Give me some Oh my god. I just kept thinking about when they did the segment where he's doing the costumes on Weekend Update. Mm-hmm. Who was it that was so mad at him?
I don't remember who said that.
Was it the one who plays Pat? Who was it?
Julia Sweeney.
Yeah, was it her? I think it was her.
Might have been her.
She said that like they would get so mad at Adam Sandler because they would like write these really well crafted or thought out pieces and be like, oh, it got bumped because Adam Sandler wrote another fucking song.
Hi, how you doing there? What's your name?
I hate you!
Oh, I'm Pickle Arm Man. I'm Crazy Backwards Man.
Always crazy backwards guy. I'm crazy backwards guy! Isn't that terrific?
I can work backwards fast as you can. I can work backwards fast as you can.
What? God name are you doing?
It's me, Lazy Movie Man. Give me some vacation.
I did love watching Adam Sandler when I watched SNL. That's my era, is like mid-90s to late 90s. I did find it funny. It kind of turned from so bad to being good with that bit when we watched it, but it was like, oh man, this sucks.
It's like the bit. It went bad to good, back to kind of bad again because it went too long.
It did go on too long.
It's like, okay, it's kind of funny when he's doing the stupid pickle arm and stuff, and then he's like, hey, you got more stuff. Yeah. You're going further than you needed to.
I'm Crazy Teabag Man.
Yeah.
Use something from around the house. The tea bag's great. I'm Crazy Teabag Mouth. So how about you give me some candy?
But I'm Great Nose Boy.
It was good stuff, and that was the one good sketch. And no.
Yep.
Because we're in the middle of watching SNL from the beginning all the way through for the first time. We hadn't gone that far back until we started this. Mm-hmm. So it was nice kind of revisiting these 70s ones that we hadn't seen that long ago. Mm-hmm. The one funny Chevy Chase bit with the shark.
Yeah. This is his best reoccurring sketch, Land Shark.
Yeah, the land shark that always has the lame excuses and keeps like changing what he is.
It's no him falling. Man, fall down. funny.
Chevy fell down.
Every time he comes back, I'm gonna fall.
I think they did write around it a bit, though, because he did injure himself in ways that he still deals with.
Yeah, you have like the obvious stunt double doing the fall, and then they walk out of the scene for no reason and come back and, oh, it was me the whole time. Like, wow, yeah, sure was. But yeah, that one was very obvious.
They were writing around it like even before he had left the show because he just did too much of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, probably after he injured himself.
After he injured himself, and then they're like, let's not. They're like, that's the thing everyone remembers is Chevy fall down. So then they kept doing, like, how do we get him to fall down without him falling down? Mm-hmm. But we'll reference it like, oh, he loves to fall down. Chevy loves falling. If you could have any sympathy for Chevy Chase, I guess it's the fact he was tied to that and that all that happened to him.
I guess.
Sorry, tripped over my penis.
I don't know. Chevy Chase, he's probably the biggest asshole in this whole special, but there are some contenders, aren't there? I feel like I've heard worse stories about him than fucking James Woods or Victoria Jackson.
I just meant James Woods, especially.
I feel like she doesn't have a great reputation now either. But then you got Rob Schneider on here.
Yeah.
And then you got Al Franken. I don't know. There's a whole slew of people in this that have not had great post-SNL careers.
They're not smart enough.
Wait,
and
what?
gosh darn it, no one likes them.
They have a promo shot. Yeah, keep that in. They have a promo shot from that goth sketch that they would do that's not in this.
No.
They didn't do the goth sketch. I remember that. Like Chris Kattan and Shannon... Molly Shannon, that one. I don't know who's with them. Anyway, that's not in this. Why'd they put that on the back? They're like, oh, it's spooky. Lies.
Saturday Night Lies.
Just want to make amends. When you point a finger at someone else, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Some of this did not hold up well, speaking of people who have aged badly. I think this is represented pretty good with the dueling vampire Dracula sketches.
Yeah.
Both of them, like, while the second one's not solely about this, both of them do have very insecure about his sexuality Dracula.
Yeah,
Scared
I mean, he's
of gay
more
stuff.
worried about STIs in the second one, I guess.
On average, how many sex partners would you say you have in a single year? Have you ever vacationed in the Caribbean or Central Africa? Have you and your husband had any blood transfusion between the years 1980 and 1986?
Yeah, so they have the John Travolta one where this couple mistakes him for gay and he's just really insecure about it. And he's got like a very inconsistent accent. I think he was going for English, but it was really weird.
Yeah, I didn't know if he's just trying to do a kind of lisp or something at some points. Like, maybe he is gay, I don't know.
Yeah, there's one line he says where he's talking to Renfield where he's like, find something to do or something. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Enough, Renfield! Don't you have something else to do? I find your company most delightful. I'm not gay. I suck human blood.
Tonight I'm going to suck.
Yep.
I think John Travolta was reminding me of him at the awards ceremonies when he just kept getting too weird. It's like, he was good at playing a creepy vampire.
Yeah, touchy face Dracula.
If you don't leave at once, I will suck your blood.
I bet you'd like that.
Out, both of you, get out.
So there's that, and then they have the James Woods one where he's worried about getting an STD or getting like some sort of sexually or blood. Some sort of transmitted thing from the blood, so he has to keep testing it, and it takes forever.
Keeps asking about their sexual partners and how many they've had.
Yeah, but they definitely have some, like, gay stuff bad in there.
Ted was what you might call promiscuous, but at the same time exclusively heterosexual.
No.
But I guess that's the one that's aged better.
I guess.
I don't know, James Woods.
Yeah. I did like at the end of the James Woods Dracula thing, he takes too much time going to get blood tested that when he gets back, it's sunrise and he dies.
A pointless end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like how long that was, and then he goes to get it tested with Mike Myers, and then he runs back.
That was pretty good.
I liked the shot of him running out of the scene to go get it tested, and then the shot of the crappy puppet bat, and then it coming back. It's pretty good. And also, like, I do think James Woods is a good comedic actor. I wish he was a better person, but I do think he has good comedic timing.
Because you could feel the heat.
Yeah. Feel the heat, feel the heat.
Feel the heat.
But those are the most, like, Halloweenish looking ones. That's why they put it on the cover.
Mm-hmm. The John Travolta one, it has Janine Garofalo in that weird period where she is a cast member.
Yeah, and Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
The longest running SNL member.
Cabin Boy himself. Adam Sandler and him should have teamed up for the worst boat movie.
If it's like Overboard meets Cabin Boy, I think.
Should have been a thing.
Yeah.
Overboard v Cabin Boy. Whoever wins, we lose.
I'm at my wit's end. I can't take it.
Michael McKean was in it as a werewolf.
Yeah, he had that brief period where he is a cast member.
Where he plays like a gay werewolf.
Don't whine about me. I'm not even here.
Now, if you want gay, that is gay.
There was other stuff in this. Oh, there was the Pamela Anderson hosted SNL sketch where they do the parody of Twilight Zone, which I feel like is not specifically Halloween, but may have been from a Halloween episode. I don't remember if that one was Halloween.
The joke was, she's Pamela Anderson.
She's hot.
She was hot.
Oh, doctor,
She is hot!
she's hot. I'm hot.
I feel like I'm kind of into the sketch, not because it's that funny, but because there's the Baywatch thing, but also it reminds me of when I was in middle school. There was a class where like we were required to do reading periods, and my teacher was really not into that. He thought it was dumb, so he's like, everyone be cool, we'll just watch some Twilight Zone. That was one of the ones he put on. I guess I kind of find it funny, like what if they just completely missed the moral of it?
I like Norm Macdonald as Rod Serling. Like, usually I have some kind of moral with these, but
Usually I try to have some kind of ironic twist. I got nothing this time because that woman was hot.
One of the few impressions that he would do on the show was like that and Burt Reynolds.
And Bob Dole.
Bob Dole, yeah. Bob Dole. Yeah, that was something I appreciated about this particular special, is that it didn't have any political content in it. Because, man...
surprising.
Yeah, there was a Halloween episode that was a few years back, not that long ago. I remember we watched, and we don't watch a lot of new SNL, and it was just political stuff. There was no Halloween happening. It was so boring and tedious. They just focus on nothing but political sketches these days. And even, like, in the era we're in, with Dana Carvey as George Bush, it's creeping in where it's just too much.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna let other sketches have time. Wouldn't be prudent to let them go on. Need to go on with this.
You need to say catchphrase, not got that, not got that.
Because isn't that special? Superior dance.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna watch News 4 in Detroit. Gonna be prudent. You better watch it. Gonna be funny.
There were good ones in this too. I will say, we're dunking on ones that we didn't think were that great. I liked the Matt Foley motivational speaker sketch. I don't know where he came up with the idea to do like the belt adjusting constantly, but it works so well for that character.
I would say like that's my favorite era, is like when Phil Hartman's there and with Chris Farley as well.
Yeah, I think that's like peak era for me.
It's pretty dire pre the Phil Hartman stuff for a bit there after season 5. In season 5, you can say is a bit wonky. So
yeah, I think season 5 was a really bad era for the golden age, and then it tanked for a while, and it was really bad SNL. But this was like the comeback era, and they got some of the best comedians of our generation. But there were a lot of great ones in the 70s. Like, I appreciated seeing Coneheads, or like the sketch they included in this one with the bad costumes.
Yeah,
where Dan
Aykroyd's so funny as the sleazy promoter of these crappy toys. Kids can have a lot of fun with his bag over there.
Invisible pedestrian.
Yeah.
Oily rags Human Torch.
Johnny Human Torch. You know, you take the rags, you just pin them on there like the hobo, you know, and then flame on, lights up the night, you know?
It's good. He played about 10 million sleazy salespeople, but he was so good at playing salespeople.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was still funny. Some of the 70s stuff isn't my era or isn't my style. It's just not resonating with me, but then some of that stuff really gets me, and that was really funny. I thought Jane Curtin was really good in that, and the Conehead stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a pretty good Conehead sketch. The only Bill Murray appearance in this special, I guess. He didn't do a lot of Halloween ones.
Apparently not.
He got to play his funniest character, Concerned Neighbor.
Like, as the Coneheads tried to make peace with them, and they're like, let's eat some vegetable or... no, we just had some vegetable or pie earlier.
Bye. Him and Gilda Radner. Pew! Were they legit just eating a pumpkin at the end?
Yeah, they're just biting into a pumpkin.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
They had some strong teeth. I don't know if I could just bite into a pumpkin.
They
like
must
that.
have softened it somehow.
Yeah, maybe they did something. I liked Gilda Radner in the shark sketch too.
Mm-hmm.
She was always really funny. So many funny people. Funny.
Funny. It's so funny.
You know what wasn't funny, though? We've talked enough about good ones. The fucking cheerleaders.
The cheerleaders. I love in that one, too, the establishing shot of the house is out of the Halloween movie, and then they're watching Halloween.
What are you guys watching?
Halloween, you turbo nerds.
Look, it's Michael Myers. I think he might hurt us.
And it's also in the Scream universe. For some reason, Neve
she's
Campbell is
Sydney.
playing her Scream character, but she's the cousin of the cheerleaders. A lot of this sketch
No, she's the cousin of Sherry O'Terry's one.
Right, Sherry O'Terry's cheerleader. But there's a lot of this sketch that's like kind of Mad Libs. You're like, why is this happening? I never found the cheerleaders funny, but they use them way too much. They do a cheer about the Halloween movie, and it doesn't make any sense. They're doing the cheer about Jamie Lee Curtis's bra in the movie as if she's just like some braless bimbo running around a slasher, but it doesn't make any sense. You can clearly see her bra in this movie. She's wearing a bra. So it didn't really make a lot of sense to me. And it wasn't very funny.
Yep, screwed that one up.
Yeah, and then they do another like, oh, the host does the thing like the character. She does the cheer like the cheerleaders.
My name is Sydney. I look like the girl from Party of Five.
But she's not.
Been funnier if she just was Ghostface and killed them.
Yeah. The funniest part of that sketch was the beginning when she's disgusted by Chris Kattan, and I think that's like a lot of people's reactions to Chris Kattan.
Yeah, Chris Kattan and Rob Schneider, like there's a combo.
There's a good Rob Schneider sketch, right? As copier guy.
It's like there's a couple times where you think maybe it's gonna have a funny payoff because he's just being annoying. It's a stupid copier character, like every sketch except maybe the Steven Seagal one, which might be actually the best Rich
Steven
the Copy guy sketch.
Steven Seagal saying I have to beat him up. That was the one time it was acceptable because he did have to beat him.
Did he insist on that in that one? I know he did with Hans and Franz.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of them was just like I have to beat someone up in every sketch. That's what he does.
Throwing Rich out the window is the best.
Yeah.
He's just being annoying, and then there's a part where someone comes in a ghost costume and he doesn't know who it is, and you're like, oh yeah, it could be a killer.
Yeah, I thought the twist was gonna be it was a killer because he didn't know who it was.
Mm-hmm.
But then he guesses it was like,
he smells
was really
their cologne. He's like, oh, it's just the cologne meister. Like,
Fabio, the Cologne Meister. Must by Jovan. Free with $10 purchase.
This is what I'm thinking.
Then death comes from him. You're like, oh good, finally, this is gonna pick up. But then Death is even annoyed by him, which is sort of funny, but you want a bigger payoff, something more to happen to him.
I do feel like when they have a really annoying sketch character, but they pair it with a psychopath or something really dangerous, it can turn it around. Like
psychopath, like Steven Seagal.
Yeah, like Steven Seagal. There was that sketch with Martin Short during his era. His character, I must say, like, where he meets the devil and he's trying to take his soul.
Right.
And that was hilarious, even though that character, I was like, oh, that's annoying. Ed Grimley, that was the character's name. But then I was like, you know what? I'm kind of turned around. It's kind of funny now.
Kill me, I must say.
Oh, and I liked the Halloween-specific credits they made for this. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we learned anything from this SNL special, it's that it's a mixed bag, much like a lot of SNL. Either it's like, oh, this is great, or this is the most annoying thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Wayne's World sketch at the beginning where they're talking about babes, which is like, how many times did they do that on Wayne's World?
Yeah.
One of them's like Pebble Flintstone. You're like, what the
oh no, we love children.
You guys got in trouble for that once. You probably shouldn't do it again, even if it is a cartoon.
At least they stopped saying the F slur in the Wayne's World sketches.
Right at the end where they're doing like the countdown for the worst treats to get trick-or-treating, and then they're like, we don't know what mung is. Like, isn't it just crap?
Is that a word, mung? I've never heard mung.
What the hell is mung?
I have no idea.
That frightens me, man. I don't like it. Mung!
I thought that was the joke, wasn't it? It's not a word?
Yeah, I guess. I thought I've heard it for just crap before, but...
Maybe. There's a lot of crap in this. Oh, the Martha Stewart Living thing. She had the dog poop bit, and then they also had the dog poop bit in the Matt Foley sketch.
Yeah. But now we know who did that to Matt Foley.
Yeah, Martha Stewart did it. It all came together. The Martha Stewart one was really funny to me because since the last time I've watched this tape, I've seen most of the Martha Stewart Halloween segments. They're just like that. It really was barely that different from how strange she is or the things she talks about, so I thought it was a very accurate representation.
Wouldn't you like some of these guys hanging around this Halloween?
I spend 364 days a year
suppressing the demons inside me.
But on All Hallows Eve, I invite them to dance.
We got anything else to say about this special?
I'm lazy review man. Give me some candy.
Happy doopy. Deep-a-doop-a-doop, boop.
This is what happens when you pollute the planet.
Yep.
Oh, this is just the whole video, us holding our cat who really doesn't want to be wearing a stupid little collar. Happy Halloween, everyone!
Ziggy, what do you think of SNL Halloween?
She thinks she's gonna make a lot of noise with her collar.
Yeah. Doesn't smell that great, I guess.
Doesn't smell
That's
that.
her
She
review.
smelled James Woods, and she's like, ew.
Feel the heat. Feel the heat.
Okay, I'll get this off of you. She's been freed. Ziggy Fur made a mistake kissing her. Just intermittently throughout this video, Matt. Just have cut to Phelan going, yup, and then I'll supply the rest.
Yep.
Yep.